like, because I teach the mechanics, and a lot of times, like during the off season, I do strength and conditioning stuff with pitchers, with throwing medicine balls, and doing weightlifting and stuff like that. But there's a lot more that goes into that outside of just what I'm offering. Going into his senior year, he was probably throwing 76 miles an hour, and by January the next year, he hit 91.
Hello, I'm your host, Tony Glasgow, and you've tuned in for part 2 of the Collin Auten interview. Thank you for listening, by the way. And I just want to let you know next week's show is going to be a little bit different. If you check out X, Instagram, you can see what's going to be new. But right now, I'm going to get you back to my talk with Collin.
I was a completely different player, and I went from having 0 offers as a senior in high school to being offered by every school in the Southwest United States in 1 year because of what I did in the weight room. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the toughest things to talk to the kids that I work with about, because I can see it a lot of times. And so Cooper's 10, right?
He's 11.
So he's not to that level yet, but when they get to about 12, 13, 14 years old, you can start to see the guys that lift and the guys that don't. Mm-hmm. And even more when they get older.
Yeah.
And when they struggle through a lesson, and I'm having conversation with them on the mound, I'm like, hey, you need to do this. And they're repeating it back to me or saying, yeah, I get it, so on and so forth. And then they can't do it. Mm-hmm. And that's hard because it becomes a trust thing. Like, they look at me and they're like, is this not, he's telling me to do this thing. Is this probably not something I should be doing? And that's not the case. Yeah. The case is you got to get your body ready to do it. Mm-hmm. And if it ain't ready, I can explain this to you 10 ways from Sunday, and you're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, you're physically not.
And so that's why I really think my experience as an amateur and growing up and seeing that, it really makes me emphasize that aspect of the training. Mm-hmm. And that is the main thing that I want young athletes to understand is that, okay, we'll say mechanics, diet, strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
There's not one that's more important than the other.
Mm-hmm. No.
And if you were to say if I had to rank one, I'm putting in strength and conditioning at number 1.
Yeah.
Because good athletes can figure stuff out. You gotta lift. You gotta lift.
That's one of the things, going back to our school here at Geyer, is we have a guy that's in our strength and conditioning position, the coach. He is top notch. You want to talk about Kyle Keys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's around the state known for his program, the thing that he does to get the boys ready. And you can see that difference. It's been a while since you've seen Corbin, our oldest, but if you saw him after him going through all that, you would be like, what in the world? Because he was scrawny when he went in. I look at pictures of middle school and high school freshman year, and he's a completely different body now, a completely different change. So there's something to what you're saying on strength and conditioning is very important and very critical. It's different for baseball, different for every sport, but I definitely can see what you're saying on the conditioning part, strength and conditioning.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about the guy you guys have at Geyer. I had a kid, he is a sophomore. He just finished his sophomore year in college this year. Mm-hmm. He's from Geyer, and the dad, he had 2 sons that had went through there before and were both Division I football players.
Oh yeah.
And he came to me, and he was probably going into his senior year. He was probably going 76 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. And by January the next year, he hit 91.
Wow.
Now this dude's up to 95. But his dad used to always tell me about, he goes, you tell me what he needs to do. I'll talk to the strength and conditioning coach. We'll get it done.
Yeah.
Because he quit football his senior year, and he was just focusing on baseball. But, he had a good relationship with the strength coach. Mm-hmm. And that guy, I've only heard great things about him.
Yeah. And he's been at Guyer forever. I mean, mm-hmm. The head coach really said, well, I'm the head coach, but Keese is the real head coach, So he's
the strength and conditioning guy is the one that spends the most time with the kids.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Even in college football. They got them in the weight room. They got them in the off season. They got them on the weekends. They got them all the time.
Yeah.
So you better have a guy that you respect and that's a big time dude in that position if you want to be good.
Yeah.
Because that's a kid he's not babysitting your kids, but he's one that's in charge of your kids for most of the time.
Yeah. So from under Scott and at NCTC, North Central Texas College, you went on to Texas Tech and TCU. TCU is where you finished your baseball or your college career. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And he's now the head coach at Texas A&M.
All right.
And they're in the finals of the College World Series this year. So I loved Coach Schlossnagle. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll say this. I respected the hell out of the way he worked because he always won, right? And we had a really good team when I was there, and shortly after that, they made their first College World Series, and then shortly after that, they went on a run where they went to 4 College World Series in a row.
Oh, yeah.
So Coach Schlossnagle did a great job. I had a kind of a weird experience there because I tore my UCL about a third of the way through the season. Mm-hmm. And ended up having Tommy John, and that was my senior year. And so it came down to, you take a medical red shirt, and you'd probably have to come back and play a 6th year, or you call it quits.
Right.
And that was obviously a tough decision for me, but I kind of knew what I wanted to do at that point. And so I decided to just kind of move on and start my college coaching career. My first college coaching job was at Western Oklahoma State in Altus, Oklahoma. And we had several international kids and then several small school Oklahoma kids. So the roster was as polar opposite as far as the demographic of the kids we had as you could possibly get. Mm-hmm. But it was fun because it just fun, first of all, just watching those kids interact and get to know each other.
Yeah.
And then also because we kind of had there was a lot of stuff going on that year. There was a crazy storm in January, and it blew our backstop to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And we were without power for 13 days. And all the kids had to stay there. So we got some bonding, to say the least.
Right.
But we played our first 32 games on the road that year because we didn't have a backstop.
Oh, yeah.
But then we built the backstop up ourselves. Strenuous, but awesome experience at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you take a little pride in that when you did it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the second half we played normal, but we finished that season 57-4.
Wow.
And we were the runner-up.
Like they finished. That's a strong finish at home,
too. It was unreal.
Yeah.
We finished as a runner-up in the Junior College World Series, and we had 9 players drafted that year, which was more than Oklahoma and Oklahoma State combined.
Oh, yeah.
Our shortstop was he's a 5-time Gold Glove winner, Andrelton Simmons. If you're not a big baseball follower, you probably won't know who he is, but he was in the MVP voting, top 10 every year by his defense alone. This dude was awesome, and he was our closer. So that was a heck of a first year for me to start coaching. We had the off the field stuff. I had getting used to the kids, period.
Mm-hmm.
But then the layout of our roster was even more different, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
And that was my first college coaching stop, and I was there for 2 years, and then I went to Grayson, which is up in Sherman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's also regarded as one of the best junior colleges in the country. We had some really good players there.
Well, I see that as you were the pitching coach there at Grayson, that you had a 2.86 team ERA.
Yeah, we had some good arms.
Yeah.
And it's tough in that conference because you play in a bunch of stadiums that don't hold the baseball in very well.
Oh yeah.
So we had some good arms, man.
Yeah. So all of that training and all of your career has led to where you are right now, trainer at DBat. So you work on pitching, you work on hitting, and you mentioned before you work on strength and conditioning as well. Both of my sons have gone to you. My oldest Corbin, he didn't go very long because he didn't have his heart in baseball. He's a football player, so he kind of wanted to play, but he didn't take it as seriously as Cooper is taking it right now. So kind of go through that and kind of let everyone know how you work or whatever, and how you could fit in with someone that may be listening and says, I might need to get some training, or for my kid or for myself, or what would be something that you would use to draw them in?
Well, so first of all, I like to feel like my experiences so we didn't even get into this. I coached and taught in high school for 1 year.
Where?
And then
Where?
At Waxahachie Faith Family Academy.
Oh, okay.
And I scouted for 1 year with the Blue Jays and 2 years with the Indians.
Oh, wow.
And so I've pretty much done this at every level.
Yeah.
I when I was coaching college baseball, I used to coach, because at junior college, you don't have much of a recruiting budget. So I would coach a 17-year-old team during the summers, mm-hmm. so that I could go to the tournaments and I could do my recruiting that way.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was great. So I've pretty much done this and I've worked with every level except for the young kids, mm-hmm. until I started at DBat. But I feel like my experiences at so many different levels made me adaptable to the point where I could handle any kind of athlete, and I have kids myself, right? So
yeah,
you kind of know how to handle younger kids because you handle younger kids every day.
You're used to dealing with adults in any situation, not just what you do, but just in life. You don't know how to interact with kids, and it carries over to profession as well, especially what you're doing.
Right, and I got my kids. I'm with my kids every day, so that helps me prepare for how to deal with the younger kids that I work with. But my clients range from probably 7, probably 8, mm-hmm. all the way up until like I work with guys that live in Robeson Ranch retirement community that are playing in the men's league.
Oh, really?
I do 2 or 3 of those guys a week. It's interesting. It's fun. I enjoy it. But I work with guys of every age. Scott contacted me when he opened the place, and he said, "Hey, man, do you know somebody who you think might be interested in doing this?" Mm-hmm. And I said, thinking I might give him a name. And I said, "I'll do it." And I really enjoy working with the kids of all ages, and each age group kind of teaches you something about the next one, mm-hmm. and it keeps you on your toes, and I love it. Yeah.
Well, if anybody around this area plays baseball, they definitely know about DBat, and you work with a lot of kids as well. So I really appreciate the time that you've given me, and all the insight and all the stories. It was really interesting conversation, and I hope that maybe later on the road we can do it again as well.
Absolutely.
All right. Before I end the show, I just want to remind everyone about our featured business, which is Clutch Designs, go ahead and contact Branden. His information will be in the description below, and information to get in touch with DBat and Collin will also be in the description as well. So we'll have all of that for you if you want to contact either one of those guys. And once again, thank y'all for listening, and thank you again, Collin, and you have a good rest of your day.
Man, thanks for having me, Tony.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.